So I had my first actual PT session yesterday and didn't really what to expect. I didn't know if what I was doing at home was too much, too little, or how I would be recovery-wise from my shoulder. I had a lot of unknowns going into PT. Based off of what the physical therapist had said, my surgery was pretty intense, and therefore he's going to take the conservative route when it comes to PT. Initially, right after my surgery, I thought that was going to be the best plan. And I was like, I'm going to be fine. Like, I'm going to take everything slow, and because I don't want to re-injure the shoulder. In theory, that sounds great, right? In theory, that sounds like, oh, I'm going to be a mature human and I'm going to listen to my doctors and do exactly what they say. But the reality sets in of I'm so anxious to get back to working out and to doing something. I hate just sitting here and not moving. I hate not being able to use the arm in any capacity and not used to, and I hate the feeling of I can't even hold a plate, I can't hold a jug of milk. Not using the left arm really mentally has been very taxing this past month. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that was going to be the biggest hurdle in this recovery process, but it has been. And so I've been pushing the limits, honestly, at home, pushing the limits of taking the sling off for maybe a couple hours or a full day. I've tried to carry some things in the arm. I've tried to be as mobile as possible in my arm physically, like as much as my arm can physically take. And I get to PT, and essentially all the things that I've been doing doesn't even matter right now. And the biggest thing that he checks is to see if I have like a frozen shoulder, checking the external rotation of not what has been repaired, but all the tendons and ligaments and muscles around the shoulder, because I've been in this sling for a full month. I've been isolated in this position where I'm not moving. And so a frozen shoulder essentially is all of those muscles and tendons and ligaments lock up because it's so used to being in this position now for 4 weeks straight. And basically what this PT session was to see, all right, where am I in my angle of external rotation? And right after my surgery, week 1, obviously I was at like 0 degrees, right? I couldn't move my arm really at all. Getting just to like here, which is less than 0, was very difficult. And so pushing it this past week, we got to 30 degrees, which I thought, wow, that's awesome. That's a big improvement. I'm doing exactly what I should be doing at home. And the hesitation that the PT had sounded like that wasn't enough. It sounded like we weren't to the place where he feels comfortable in me starting some actual physical therapy. And to me, that's frustrating. I don't know if that's this specific PT or what exactly the expectations were, but in my mind, a month out, literally going from 0 degrees, negative degrees even, to a 30-degree span in 4 weeks. In my mind, that's huge growth and improvement. And my frustration just comes in like the PT just sounded like that wasn't enough. Maybe it wasn't enough to start the actual physical therapy of exercises or what, but I have 0 pain. Like I have 0 pain in the shoulder. Like he was doing some motions and movements and trying to move my arm up, down, across, pressing on it, pulling on it. I didn't have any pain. There were some little twinges here and there of like, that's tight, but no like actual pain. And I don't know if that's just my body being now used to it, but all it does is feels like it's a stretched rubber band across my shoulder. The reason why it feels tight, because it is tight. Like they have 7 anchors in the arm or in the shoulder, to make sure it's tight. And I don't have any pain. I haven't been taking medicine. I've been doing exactly what I've been doing. And it just felt like the PT wasn't satisfied for whatever reason. And I don't know if that's just he's trying to be more conservative and doesn't want the anchors to pop out or whatever. But in my mind, I'm very, very impatient now. I got to the point yesterday after going to see him, and I was like, this is incredibly frustrating. The fact that I still can't start the path of recovery. Like, I don't feel like I'm starting the recovery yet. And I'm having to remind myself of like, okay, is 1 month out, is that still way too soon to even have these kinds of thoughts? I mean, I looked at Amanda Barnhart. She recently posted some stuff on Instagram, kind of opening up and sharing about her experience. I mean, she tore very similarly, tore a rotator cuff in her labrum at the CrossFit Games doing some pullovers. And she said she waited a couple months before even getting it seen, and it was just, her response was, go get it seen, go to professionals. And I don't feel like my injury was that much after. I mean, you look at the games were in August, so you have August, September, October. My injury happened in October. I'm very similar to her, and I didn't get seen till a month after my injury happened, and I didn't have surgery until a month after that. And so 2 months after the injury happened, and now 1 month after surgery, in my mind, I feel like, okay, I should be progressing in some capacity. And maybe I am. Maybe it's just I'm not progressing in what exactly the physical therapist is looking for. But in my mind, I am progressing. And so I'm caught in the looking at Instagram, looking at, again, a professional athlete like Amanda Barnhart, who's an incredible athlete and was a gymnast for years, was a PT herself, and it seems like she's back doing everything normal. And to me, it's frustrating because I want to be back doing stuff. I don't know if expediting the process is going to do more harm or more good or whatever, but I'm just realizing I am very impatient in my mental space right now. It's taking a toll. So I don't know if this is the time to start looking into like peptides, like a BPC 157 or TB 500 or something else in that category to help in the recovery. I don't know if this is the time to do so. Maybe, probably, actually. But I want to be exploring those options because I go see the surgeon next week, and he's going to do some evaluation, and hopefully the sling itself will get kind of deconstructed and maybe take the pillow off. I'll go back to my physical therapist 2 weeks from now. That'll be 6 weeks removed from surgery, and hopefully that's at a point where we can start actually doing some therapy. Now, he did give me some exercises to do. He gave me this rubber band where I wrap it around my right hand, and then my left hand, the surgical arm, is holding it like this. I'll show you. And essentially, I'm moving my right arm. My elbow needs to stay pressed against the pillow at that close to 0 degree, much as possible. I'm getting here. And just move my right arm just a few degrees, just to give some activations in the shoulder. Now, the other thing he mentioned is taking a broomstick and doing something similar where I'm pushing my arm. I'm not going to do it right now because I have the sling on, but I'm pushing the arm essentially to get extended. So the PT doesn't want the bicep to be activated, which is why the broomstick in my right hand is really just pushing the arm out and extended. And that's really what he wants, just that blood flow and that motion to start going without the activation. I'm not sure why he doesn't want activation, but that's what he's calling me to do. So all that to be said, I'm getting back into the place where I'm going to start programming, specifically workouts for myself. So one of the gyms that I coach at, we use Mayhem programming, and I've taken the Mayhem bodybuilding track, and I'm looking at it and adjusting it slightly to not only what my apartment gym has, but also what I can physically do. So I'll put the workout up here. You can see everything that I did today, and I want to be making more of these videos, quick little summations of the workout itself, so you guys can get a look at what I am doing. But this is a great exploration into taking an existing program, adjusting it to myself and what I can physically do right now, whether that is called scaling or not. Adjusting is kind of what I put it as. And so this is going to allow me to dip my feet back into programming, whether that's programming for myself or creating tracks for other people. This is a great way to dip my toe back into it. And I think being a month removed from surgery, it's a good timeline to start this. So let me know what you guys think about the workout video. And if you guys have any tips or resources that I should check out about peptides, or when to take peptides, or any kind of recovery stuff, please let me know. As always, thanks guys for watching. Peace.